Dang. Dang, my bad, y'all. I said when when it just I don't want to say rain because when it rained in San Diego, it don't rain like that. But when it do, I don't know, my internet just be tripping, and my other program it just wasn't working correctly. But what's up with it, y'all? Yeah, we back. I had to start it up again and do something a little bit different, because it be wild because when you when I started, watching a lot of the FBA thing. What's up, Velvet Win? I always felt like it wasn't a lot of older black people that were supporting it, and then I seen this and I said, oh, okay, yeah, this is 60-year-old, 61-year-old FBA female right here speaking, and it was like, dang. So and I'm gonna do another video in a little bit because you got a lot of people speaking out of turn or speaking out of context, really, because whenever black people do something, you always gonna get some kind of backlash, like period. Like you're gonna get it. This is what I don't get. Whenever we come together as a people and we try to do something, and start kind of shaking the room or shaking the planet, we get a lot of not just backlash, but we get all kind of stuff from all sorts of people, which we get that anyway, so we don't be worried about it. I think that's why we just keep on doing what we doing, because we gonna get it anyway. But let's go on and just kick the video off and jump into this.
My name is Ricky. I am a foundational Black American, 61 years old. I'm here to talk about lineage-based reparations. See, so our fight for justice, for civil rights, for affirmative action has too often seen the term Black diluted into minority, forcing us to share the hard-won fruits of our struggle with others that it was never meant for in the first place. You know who else is a minority? White women. More white women benefited from affirmative action than we ever did. This dilution undermines the very essence of reparations, reducing it to a token gesture when it should be a profound act of restorative justice. I can consider this. I cannot claim Jewish reparations, even though my mother was a Jew. And their reparations are owed by Germany anyway. They ain't owed by us.
That's why I be saying sometimes I feel like we got a lot of different, ethnic backgrounds within us.
I cannot claim Native American reparations despite my grandfather's full-blooded Choctaw lineage.
Yeah, exactly. Like full Choctaw. My family.
Nor can I claim Japanese reparations or anyone else's. Each group's claim to justice is distinct and specific to their historical experience. Therefore, it is illogical and unjust to expect foundational Black Americans to share their unique reparations with everyone of color who has come to this country. The very term African American has been co-opted now, blurring lines that are starkly drawn when it comes to pride and inclusivity, yet it suddenly does matter, and we're all the same when a check is involved. I got a problem with that. Reparations are not a handout. They're a recognition of unpaid labor, stolen wealth, and generational trauma. It is a conversation that must center on those who are owed, without diversion or appropriation by others who have not shared in this specific historical burden. They got here after the work was done. And we had to fight and lobby for them to even have an opportunity to come here. Only 100 Black people were allowed in this country per year, I remember. Because I'm over 60. Right? So there go your reparations. To me, to those who benefit from our opportunities created by our ancestors' sacrifices, a simple thank you and a recognition of our unique claim would be a powerful start.
Yeah, instead of trying to and that's what they try to make it all about, though.
Black Americans are actively demanding reparations right now, and not just quietly, but through organized movements, policy proposals, and actual payouts in some places, not all. The American descendants of slavery, also known as ADOS, one of the most visible modern movements, specifically argues reparations should go
ADOS.
only to Black Americans descended from U.S. slavery. This can be seen at the Yale Review, okay? They push for direct cash payments, lineage-based eligibility, and closing the racial wealth gap. This is literally the
Like, what y'all think about that? Because a lot of people be saying, well, it need to go to institutions because if we give it to black people individually, they just gonna do this or do that with their money. Which I feel like it don't matter what they do with their money. If it's theirs, they can do what they want with it. Whether they just decide to start businesses or if they decide to go spend it all on crack, it's their money. They can do what they want with it. When did we get into that to where it's like, okay, if they get reparations, we gotta make sure they do this. That's like say, if you get paid from a job or you get a settlement, you know, because somebody did something wrong to you, then you gotta spend it this way. You can't spend it the way that you want to spend it. Like what is up with that though?
type of demand you're talking about.
What's up? Let's
Okay.
talk.
Cobra has been fighting for reparations since 1987. They focus on compensation for descendants of enslaved Black Americans. They work on legislation, education, and policy pressure. Movement for Black Lives, including many groups from the Black American community, their platform explicitly includes reparations for past and ongoing harm. This is not just talk. Money is already being distributed locally. Apparently, Illinois hands out $25,000 worth of cash payments to 44 Black residents. Tulsa announces reparations for the 1921 Black Wall Street Massacre. Reparations measures stall across U.S., but advocates undeterred. I like that. Let's keep going. In Evanston, Illinois, giving 25,000 payments to Black residents and descendants is tied to housing discrimination. Tulsa, Oklahoma, $100 million repair initiative for the descendants of the 1921 massacre. I don't know if that's been given out yet. Other cities such as Durham, North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, Detroit, Michigan, and a state in California specifically, California task force efforts, pushing federal action forward. So this is already happening in real policy and money, not just debate. It's just not happening good enough for me.
No, I didn't say did they say that about the Holocaust when they gave them money, or did they say that about the victims from the Catholic Church? Asked them where their money was going. No, they didn't tell them. They didn't ask them where their money was going. They wasn't trying to control their money. They was giving it to them because they knew what they was gonna do with it. They was gonna get some of it back to them so they can keep running the laws in the
Needs to
game
be
they've
on a
been
mass
running.
scale. I need every single Black American who is a descendant of a slave in the American chattel slave trade. I need them to get paid millions, billions, trillions. $25,000 split amongst 44 people. They playing in our face.
That's why I was like 25. Like, what the hell is they doing? Like, man, you know how much money, not just how much money they done made off of us, but the struggle that we just done been through over the years. Like it's something that it's like they kept their foot on our necks for 400 years, period, and still got it there. And it's like 25. That like, man, y'all better stop playing with people. That is crazy, man. Jim Crow.
Black Americans are organizing movements, pushing legislation, demanding cash reparations, already receiving local payouts. This is in 2026. Black American movements are often more about specifically lineage and eligibility, while global movements are broader and more collective. They're talking about Africans and Caribbeans because Africans and Caribbeans went to the UN. We have gone to the UN multiple times. We have gone to the United States government multiple times.
They're not going to say that, though. They don't want to make it seem like we did any of that.
We have built our own groups and organizations multiple times. We have built our own wealthy communities and cities and towns multiple times. We have done everything that every single nation has suggested that we do multiple times. But the issue is not that we're not doing it. The issue is that every time we do it, somebody else destroys it.
Every time. Yeah, Al Sharpton, the FBI informant. That was the video I just did last time, and my internet started messing up because it's raining. We get a little rain, and it just mess up everything. But yeah, Al Sharpton, I knew it was a reason I never liked him. I just never liked Al Sharpton. I was not ever a fan of him. But to come to find out that he a FBI informant, that just right there, I just said, wow. I said, he's probably not the only one. Al Sharpton probably is not the only one.
Okay, so if you are a foundational Black Americans, keyword, not immigrant Black people who came here, indigenous Black people to this land, meaning generation after generation after generation, intergeneration after generation, your people have been here, you all need to go follow Chief Red Fox and work with him and figure out how you can get your land that your ancestors left, because all that stuff is sitting in a public trust and the government knows it and it belongs to us. Yep. Because those are our reparations.
Yeah, go get your money. Why was Melanie said something and somebody erased what they said? I don't think they said anything that was offensive.
Land is ours and it belongs to us. Not only that, from my understanding, you can change your status from a U.S. citizen to that of someone who is a sovereign individual of this land, okay? Which is important.
Wow.
That's very important. And this, from my understanding, it's just been sitting here and they've known about it. But he seems like a very smart individual and he can help you get the process started. I'm going to do it myself starting next week, because what's coming down with this administration, y'all are going to want to have y'all's land. It's time that we reclaim what is ours. The ancestors are up and awake. I don't know. My ancestors have been talking to me left and right. They've been whispering, telling me like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do that. Hey. And I mentioned yesterday that I have a community with my business partner called Femininity and Finance. It's an educational space for women who want to build wealth. And you will learn different wealth vehicles on how to make your money make money. And I'm not talking about a high yield savings account. I'm not talking about investing in stocks. I am talking about the strategies that the elite have put into place to make money. Things that they use. I'm talking about like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. I'm talking about the systems that they use. These are the systems that they created, okay? Now, you can take my advice. It's free, or don't take it, But I'm telling you, at the minimum, go follow Chief Red Fox. Figure out how to get your...
I don't know, bro. They be trying to sell us our own information sometimes. I hope that's not what they trying to do. Because don't fall for that. They try to sell you your own information. Like, don't fall for it.
50,000 inventions were patented by foundational Black Americans after slavery ended. Can you imagine the looks on those European faces when hundreds of formerly enslaved Black people came in saying, we want some patents? I can hear it now. Hold up now. I didn't even think y'all could read. I find it kind of crazy because shortly after I made this post, I got a DM. I love being an FBA, but is this a radical FBA page? I don't like that. This is an educational page. Some of the experiences of foundational Black Americans are radical and even extreme. I mean, let's face it.
It is what it is.
Your land has been taken.
Exactly.
You've been enslaved. I would call that a bit extreme, wouldn't you? So I'm sorry if you don't like that.
Oh, you're welcome.
But the truth about
Melody.
FBA legacy and lineage is now being told. Peace, knowledge, and power. 50,000.
And this is, I'm gonna tell you, this is what I like. I like both sides. I'm gonna give you my. This is why I like both sides. I like that you have people pushing the FBA And then I like that you have people on the other side that oppose it, because even the opposers don't understand that they're helping the thing grow. They're helping it grow. They're helping it get widely known. So people look into it. Because when people look into it, they're gonna see something different. Because right now, I think the opposers is the ones that they be the tethers. People be calling them out, and they don't like that. It's like, you a tether. They get mad and they get angry. And at times you got people that got called out that wasn't tethers, but they was talking like one. And it's like, don't talk like one, and people might not call you one. You feel me? Like, look at this thing in its entirety. Don't just jump the gun and then be oh, this is an FBI thing. You got and then you Al Sharpton, the FBI agent, who said he was an FBI agent himself. He said he didn't even feel like it was snitching because he was doing what was right. He was telling that bullshit. What he even said, I don't even want to remember it because I don't want to make it feel like it's something good. Al, I don't know, bro. These people is just trippy. It's like they don't want to understand what we've been through and what we're trying to protect. And I think they don't want us to protect it because everybody is getting rich off of us. Like, it don't matter what we doing. Like, think about it. Everybody right now is getting rich off of Black people's story. Not just the story that's right now, the future story and the past story and the present story. Everybody is making money off of everything we doing, whether we rappers, whether we musicians, whether we actors, whether we just people living on the street. They found a way to make money off of it. And this is what they doing. Just which you got to understand, this is something that's been going on forever. They've been making money off of us forever, and we haven't been getting paid for it. All they do is recycle it, change the name, and they keep playing the same game over and over again. It's just we starting to see it now, and we going, how the hell? Like, why wouldn't we paying attention to this? It's like you got people in other countries, like even like and I'm not saying it's anything wrong with it, but you got Trap Lord Ross. You feel me? Making money off hood vlogs. When I remember when Hood to Hood first came out. Like, if you go back and you go watch Hood to Hood, it travels all across the states to every hood, and they go and talk to every hood, right? Now, the dude that started it, bam, a lot of people went to jail. A lot of people died. This was back when they was doing DVDs and VCR tapes. Bro, go watch Hood to Hood and you'll see that's where it really started at. Now you got all these dudes, a lot of, white people and other people and, and immigrants making videos off of people like King Von, fucking YMW Melly, all these other different ones. Like, we don't get this. It's like almost like we can tell our story, but I guess they feel like they can tell our story better. How do they even get the information on half the things that be going on? Like, are we as a people talking that much to where a person I can go to jail today and then they can have my whole story. They can have my whole life, where I grew up at, where I was born at, who I was raised around, how did I start getting into this gang, how many bodies I got under my belt. Who is giving these people all this information? But they making stories on us though, over and over again. This is like it. When you go to your YouTube, you go to any TikTok or whatever, you're gonna see it over and over.
Yeah, they talk a lot of shit about
DJ Vlad, yeah, all of them.
But it ain't nobody
all of
like
them. They getting paid off of black folks.
Ever in the history of planet Earth.
Nobody.
You can go to another planet. You'll never find nobody like us. Might find us.
I can't play that music, but he ain't lying. Ain't nobody like us. That's why we walking content. Damn near. Walking content.
I'll admit I didn't support ICE at first until I changed my perspective when you gave us the facts. Thanks, CEO. I support ICE now. No illegals. It's not even about supporting ICE. You're welcome, by the way. It's not about supporting ICE. It's about not trying to get our black communities undermined by outsiders. That's really what the support is about. I wouldn't even say I support ICE. Like, yeah, I don't even support ICE. I support anything I support anything that
I don't support police.
Is a blocking on our community in a negative light.
Oh yeah, can y'all hit the like button, please?
So when you have all of these illegals,
make sure y'all hit that like button. But I don't support ICE. I don't support police and nothing they do.
Coming over to America and they get these sanctuary cities and they get to go in black communities like Chicago, like New York, like Houston, like all of these other black American communities in the South, in the Midwest, and the East Coast. LA is another one, right? Excuse me. They give these people housing. They give these people access to go to school. They give these people medical care. They give these people grant money and vouchers to get all of these things. And these are things that black people do not get, right? And they have these things called minority funds and minority coalitions. And we have to be inclusive. And guess who gets those things first? The Latinos, the Asians, everybody else that's not a black American. Or they like to put it up under the LGBTQ stuff. So like we have to include everybody, but then they'll include the LGBTQs just because they're LGBTQ, not because they're black. And I'm not going for that because we can't get that same access in their community. So if you was to take your black ass to Mexico, how many Mexicans is finna sit there and be like, hey, come on, you come to the come to the over to the side and we're going to let you come in and get some tacos and you want some fried chicken, you nigga? They're not going to be accepting of you. They're going to be like, why are you over here? Go back to your country, negro. They're not going to want you there. So it's not to say that I hate those people. I don't hate nobody. But what you're not going to do is think you finna come over to my community and come over to my country and think that I'm supposed to fight for you when you would never do the same thing for me. And I don't care about the Mexican girl who has Black Lives Matter in her Instagram bio. I don't care about none of that because she has sex with black dudes. So she want to be pro-black and her friends are black. That don't mean nothing to me. I could care less about that. We're talking about in mass. And in mass, black Americans, foundational black Americans, have been way too accepting of other people coming. I'll admit.
Hey, that's true. But we starting to figure out we all we got. But I think we knew that for the longest. I think we just felt like a lot of people had our backs. And like, I still think some do, but it's a lot, bro, that just don't. And it's always been like that. Because I'm telling you, as soon as they get mad at you, that's when that racism comes out. They'll call you the N-word or, or say something weird and you just be like, come on now. Like.
History. Just watch this.
Whoa! Nathan Martin, Nathan.
Whoa! Nathan. Man, that's close.
Nathan. Oh
yeah, he got it.
Wow. It is a photo finish for crowning of the 2026 A6 LA Marathon champion.
I'm not sure.
Nowhere, because we can only see just a little bit beyond.
We have to see that playback to see exactly what happened
thanks
there.
For,
he crossed first,
subscribing
right?
to Chris Jackson.
I think he did. I think he crossed first.
You said your whole government. My bad, bro.
Side, a great performance by her.
But we do know that Michael is down. He fell. So we're going to watch the replay right now. Let's watch your screens, and we're going to show you exactly what happened here.
I think Martin got it.
I think he did too.
I mean, depending, the tape itself is not the official.
It's not official.
There is and also the timing chip. I'm not sure is official either.
Well,
I think there must be a photo.
Though.
But we do need to say that Michael is still down. He's being helped by people there at the finish line.
No,
and actually, I think they're going to take him off in a stretcher.
Well, he was exhausted for a long period of time.
He's collapsed.
And Nathan Martin. No, I was talking to his manager. He said he's a conservative early runner, but he comes on like a powerhouse. He closes like a freight train, and that's exactly what he was doing. I mean,
he started pushing.
I'm sure he didn't want to play it that close, but my gosh, that was by far the closest men's finish in the history of the LA Marathon.
At the last second, if you don't blink, you cannot blink.
All right, so obviously he won. He came back. He won. Now the issue is not the fact that one was Kenyan, one was a foundational Black American. Who cares, right? It's nothing wrong with prioritizing people, though. Shout out to us. We won. But the problem is, whenever we want to show love and show promise to our own people, right, and give grace. Shout out to the foundational Black American brother Nathan Martin for winning the 2026 LA Marathon against Kenya and LOL, right? Notice how none of these posts is really any disrespect to any other group of people. But if you go through a lot of these tweets, because he got African American in his bio, you see this dude. Congratulations to the African American man. Like, why are you so upset? Look at Africans that are tired of winning long distance. You guys can have it.
And this be the problem right here. This be the problem. Like, but it's always that being said, why can't we all just get along? Oh, FBA is a hate group. This is what I be hearing a lot of now. FBA is a hate group, and it's like, how is there a hate group when you got the hate coming from over there? It ain't we don't hate y'all. We just saying, okay, we different. Even if we say we different, but the hate been coming from the Africans. It's like, for what though?
You dumb FBAs love stealing people culture and ethnicity. This man is clearly an African American. He's from Africa that came to America, you dumbass. Obviously, we know African American is still it's a misnomer term, but it's still the way people identify historically. But why do y'all have such an issue with us just putting light to our own? Because it's funny because they can do the same thing. Nobody cares if they prioritize and prop up their own. They got their flags and they show love to their people. Nobody did not give Usain Bolt for being the fastest man alive. Usain Bolt got his credit. Shout out to Usain Bolt.
Exactly.
Justin Gatlin couldn't get, or not Justin Gatlin. Tyson Gay couldn't get him. You know, they couldn't get him. I think it was Justin Gatlin too, or was he a Jamaican? Whatever it is. But people gave Usain Bolt credit. I don't have no issues with the Jamaicans rocking with Usain Bolt when Usain Bolt was winning. They should rock with Jamaica. They should. History.
We did rock with him when he won.
Peace, family. I'm back again. Now,
what's up?
You know, I always talk about, you know, when dealing with foundational Black Americans.
I know a lot of y'all already subbed up to him.
We have to be responsible for ourselves and each other, right? When you look at yourself in the mirror and you see that reflection, you have to like what you see. You have to love yourself in order to love anybody else. And if we want other groups to respect us, we have to first start respecting ourselves. The first part of reparations is repairing the mind, right? It's repairing the mind. That's the first aspect of reparations, right? You know, the brother Isaiah Factor, Uncensored, he has some foundational Black Americans on his channel, and they had a great discussion on what we need to do in our communities, how we can transform our communities, how we can clean some things up. Now we're going to go over this today. I'm gonna critique some things. I'm gonna give my opinions on some things, but I want you guys, when you're watching this, when this is over, every foundational Black American leave a comment. Let me know what you think we should do. What's your opinion based off of what we watched today? Do not watch this and don't leave a comment. Everybody leave it. So we're going to get off into this. And, you know, they have a panel of foundational Black Americans. And I'm going to break this thing down, man. Let's get off into it.
Factor Uncensored tonight. A real question. Are Black people judged by stereotypes more than other races? The numbers say many believe so. A Pew study found 63% of Black Americans say media coverage is more negative, and nearly 4 in 5 say they see stereotypical depictions. Tonight, we ask on our viewers on Instagram at the Isaiah Factor, do Black people get stereotyped more? 82% said yes, 18% said no. So why does one person's action sometimes define an entire community? The race, is this bias, perception, or something deeper? Joining us to talk about it, we have Derek Muhammad, Todd Smith, Jasmine Terry, Reginald OG1 Gordon, and Bunke here on The Factor Uncensored. Now, Todd, this was your idea. I saw it on your Instagram. Yes. I said, let's do this topic on the show. What have you seen out there that gives you this message?
What I see out there are excuses to why African Americans are treated badly. Like, all of us probably as Black men have gone to the malls, especially when we were younger. You had a white person clutch their purse, follow you around the store, and the reason that they would give is, well,
lock
most
doors.
Thieves are Black. Most shoplifters are Black. So that becomes a stereotype of an entire race of people. But we never.
And that shit is a lie. That's a straight lie. I had a son that was working security at the store. Yeah, wasn't Black people that was stealing.
The flip side of that, statistics show us that
not saying we don't steal
by white males, but we don't see people running out of schools every time a white boy goes into the schoolhouse. Most child pornography producers, 70 to 75% are white men. Most sexual offenders, 50-something% are white men. But we don't see Black mothers clutching their children when a white person walks into the mall. And it comes from hatred. Everybody has prejudice, but
well, it comes from psychological conditioning. The pirates of the Jack Sparrow and the pirates conditioned you to believe that you're something that you're not. So now you respond to it. They got you saying that you on demon time, unaliving your own people. They got you calling yourself a bad bee. They got you, all the things that they've done to. Peace, family. I'm back again.
Yeah. Some of us they got like that, or it seems like that, but that stereotype, which is crazy, like when you think about it, even like the bad bitch stereotype, that's what most females is trying to be like immigrants and everybody else look at themselves as being that these days. So it's like even with the negative part, it's like they take it and they'll use it as a positive, and it'll be okay. It's not okay for us, but then when somebody else take it and they use it, it'll be a positive. Like I'll be hearing people used to talk about Housewives of Atlanta, and then I like my girl was watching Housewives of Orange County. I don't know the white girls. I said, man, they crazier than the black females. I said, why they try to? I said, man, they be the way they try to switch things up and make it look like we are bad people for certain ways we might act, or on TV and different things. If you put them on, they do the same thing. It's no different.
Let's jump straight into this statement.
Man, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about foundational Black Americans. It's apparently they're broken apart from their roots, and they're their own group at this point. And I have been observing this group of people pretty much being pro-ICE, saying they can't wait until they bring the dogs and the water hoses, talking so much shit about immigrants. It's honestly disgusting. Even going after even Africans, immigrants, disrespecting them, saying they're not a foundational Black American. It's honestly disgusting. I'm sick of their fucking rhetoric. It is gross.
And I'm here to tell you, we don't give a damn what you're talking about. We don't give a damn what you think is gross.
I'm glad you said it.
And part of the reason why is because of the rhetoric y'all spew. This is why we call y'all Latinos, because you're habitual liars. All y'all do is sit up here and lie. Talking about we as a lineage, we sit up here and say that, oh, we wish dogs and water holes were sicked on y'all. Stop lying. We don't even talk like that. You're just lying. He ain't heard nobody say that. But they have to create a narrative. They want to demonize us. And why? Because we're not sitting out here crashing out for them. We're not sitting out here crashing out for them, so we're in the wrong. Because we're telling them to fight their own battles and to hold their own nuts. We're telling them to be the people who they claim to be. They've been sitting up here talking about they're so hard working. They do better. Okay, we're just lazy. Okay, well, fight your own battles. Okay, use that big kahuna spirit y'all always talking about. Y'all always claiming you come from this fighting culture. You always claiming the damn Aztecs. Talk about your ancient Mayan warriors. Well, use that ancient Mayan energy to fight off ICE and to fight.
It'd be funny, right? I think the part that just make me laugh is why every race think that they can speak on us, and then if we speaking on them, we speaking on something one of them said. Like, we ain't speaking about how they get down or how they move as a people and all that. We don't like that. Don't matter to us. Like, I ain't never spoke on that. You feel me? Like, I speak on certain things that I know that happens and that's coming out of their mouth, but we don't just go around just talking about, other races. Like, this is the thing that we do. I can't stress it 100. Just like calling my mom and having my aunt that's 72 years old on the phone saying, y'all never was taught that. Y'all never was taught to be racist towards anybody or to talk bad about another race. That's something we was never taught. That's something that's taught in your families, your familia. It goes on, the dark-skinned people, even against the ones that are dark-skinned like you. So that goes on.
Your own battles, because we're not doing it for you. We are done. Man, y'all are out here panicking because of it. Y'all out here panicking, and this dude is. And I've been seeing a lot of Latinos sit up here and start talking about they're even attacking Africans. And what they're trying to do is act like, oh, they're attacking their own people. No, like you said, they're not foundational. This man sitting up here talking about they said Africans weren't foundational. They're not. They're in the same boat as you. They're immigrants. They're immigrants and they can fight their own battles. Okay? Because they be over here talking that same slick stuff y'all be talking. So we put them in the same boat as you. Okay?
Exactly.
These folks have these things where foundational Black Americans, we're supposed to be this identity that everybody tethers on to. Everybody has to tether on to us. Everybody has to be a foundational Black American. Everybody has to be part of the foundation.
Said, imagine worrying about yourself and the whole world is worried about you. That is crazy.
Of this country. No, you weren't. You're an immigrant. You're Johnny come lately. Okay? You came to a country that was already built for a better opportunity. We built this country from scratch. Where there was no United States of America for us to immigrate into, we built it. Sir, we are not the same, and we should not be ashamed to say someone is not foundational. Just like somebody who is Jamaican is not ashamed to say a Haitian isn't Jamaican. Yeah. A Haitian is not ashamed to say a Cuban isn't Haitian. They're not. If you're not a foundational Black American, you're not a foundational Black American, bottom line. There's nothing divisive about it. Our lineage is not divisive.
Who is erasing your messages,
what it is.
though?
We didn't pick and choose whether we wanted to be FBA or not.
Who is erasing Melody? Chat. And why?
You did? We just are foundational Black American. We come from the lineage, sir. And you know this, but you're lying because you're a Latino. In the irony, family, these Latinos sitting up here acting like they give a damn about African or Black people is comical. They come in.
You can tell which ones that don't. You can tell the ones that do, and you can tell the ones that don't. Because the one that do, they don't speak on what we do or what we doing. It be the ones that speak on it and like say shit like what dude just said. Like, come on now.
From countries that have parsley massacres like the Dominican Republic and the thousands of Haitians they killed. They coming from countries like Cuba, who had the 1912 massacre, known as the Negro Rebellion, killed thousands of Black people. These Latinos come from Spanish-speaking countries where they have terms like mejorar la raza, improve the race, whiten up the race.
Speak.
Talking about keeping pure blood. You don't mate, you don't have sex, you don't reproduce.
The pure blood. We did something that will never be done again. We went from barefoot and homeless to educated and high rate in less than 100 years, y'all.
Produce with a Negro. You keep the race pure. These Latinos come from places like Mexico that didn't even acknowledge people with African ancestry until 2015, family. It wasn't until 11 years ago. They wouldn't even acknowledge them. Got them living in their equivalents of shanty towns. Look up the articles of all the anti-Black racism that goes on in Mexico. But now when it's time to demonize foundational Black Americans, y'all want to act.
Yeah, a lot of the younger ones are culture vultures, but a lot of the older ones, I don't know what be up with some of them. But it's in them. They be clowning on their own dark people.
So concerned about African immigrants. Shut up. Y'all don't give a damn about Africans. Never have, never will. But let's continue. Let's see what else this Latino got to say.
They'll click up with the Africans on us. They'll be clicked up with them.
Scrolling through my FYP today and came across this. This was from an account apparently run by a Black man. I don't know if he's Black American or an African immigrant or in Africa, but I took a screenshot and I just want to read it. He's referring to foundational Black Americans. I never thought I would see the day when Black people would create a racist group to hate Black people worldwide. I'm going to say this. I refer to myself as Black American.
Huh.
And what I mean by that is that my descendants were enslaved Africans. My descendants were forced, due to chattel slavery and everything that came after, to build the foundations of what is now the United States of America. And because of our unique situation, We had to create our own culture. Where are you from? I am from Arkansas. That's where my people are from. What's your culture? Black American. Some say foundational Black American. Now, don't mistake me. There are fringe extremist elements of every community and every group. I am not part of that group that followed Tariq Nasheed and folk like Kevin Samuels. And they go off into these unfounded, ridiculous conspiracy theories talking about black people are the true indigenous Americans. No, we are not. Do I believe that Africans did visit the Americas before Columbus? Absolutely. African civilizations were highly advanced. Do I believe we are indigenous to the Americas? No, I do not. And I find offensive folk running around talking about the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen. Black people weren't trafficked over here. You can miss me with that bullshit. And that is very disrespectful to my ancestors. And there is so much empirical proof to the contrary. Miss me with that. And unfollow me if you believe that. Now that that is out of the way, Black Americans,
and unfollow me if you believe
Black
that.
Americans, we are taking pride in our culture, as we should, just like everyone else does. No one has a problem with Haitians and Jamaicans and Ghanaians, people from Sierra Leone, Somalis, Black British people, taking pride in their unique heritage. They are not called hate groups. I wonder why people love to say that about Black Americans.
And that's the part that get me too. It's like, soon as we start something, it's like, you know, and I know why. See, this is what people don't understand. When they do that to us, what happens? Man, they start knocking us off. Like, they will unalive us. They don't, you know, the other groups, they don't do that. They don't even try to get them out of here. They let them say whatever they saying. Us, they'll try to get rid of us. Like, we seen it with the Black Panther Party. We seen it over time. Like, this is just what they do.
And we have been inclusive.
We ain't scared though. Ain't never been scared.
To our detriment. Because I'm going to speak specifically about certain African immigrants who 1919 come here to the United States of America, have began businesses, go to school, gotten married, bought a home, gotten loans,
1921,
pursued other opportunities, and they are here and they talk shit about us. And everything that they're able to do over here is because of the struggle for civil rights that Black Americans began and continue to fight for.
Still fighting.
If folk think that Black Americans are going to just sit and take people's bullshit as they spew white supremacist talking points at us that they have been indoctrinated with because of global colonialism and imperialism, you've got another thing coming. People call us a hate group because we defend ourselves and we do not tolerate disrespect and insults.
Yeah, we survived a lot.
It should be studied how wild it is, how many people have a problem with Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, taking pride in our unique culture and heritage. And yes, we do have a culture. It's the one that everybody else rushes to copy and rip off. Look at the Essence Festival. Look at every form of music that we have created here in the United States. I'm proud to be Black American. Fuck anybody else who has a problem with it. Why are you delineating yourself? Because we are unique, just like everyone else. Other people decided to dogpile on Black Americans. It's wild. Yeah, and again, it should be studied. But if folk think that we're going to roll over and let folks shit all over us, you are sadly mistaken. And you definitely have not studied real factual American history. But I'll say it again. We will show y'all better than we can tell you.
That's always, we've been showing. We're going to continue to.
And one thing I know how to do is pick a side, and the side is going to be my people, meaning foundational Black Americans. So I'm really horrified and wondering, how did New York get so bad? That where's our representation? And they're all operating off of flat Blackness. And it's really horrible because they act like we don't deserve set of sides that our ancestors really fought for. A lot of things are going to the melanated immigrants, right, who conveniently could identify as their lineage. So they get things off of their lineage, their immigration status, and they also get to fly under the banner of Black. So they got 3 ways here that they could go set-asides and stuff, and we are the Black community. But when we say Black community, we don't mean the Jamaican immigrants, Haitian immigrants, the Nigerian immigrants. We don't even mean the Afro-Latinos who now all of a sudden want to claim their. And one thing I know.
I don't even understand why that's a problem. That's the crazy part.
Everyone's talking about how the Black American is currently moving around. The subject, delineation. First of all, delineation is simply us being clear about who we are.
Dang, I want to play this one, but I'm going to get in trouble for that music.
That we are following for you tonight. After decades of declining HIV rates, infections in Chicago are rising yet again. The number of cases have been creeping up since 2020.
They blaming the AIDS epidemic off of the immigrants. They say undocumented immigrants and migration issues to blame for increasing HIV rates among the Latino population in Chicago.
According to a Sun-Times investigation examining city data. But city health officials say the increase is happening mostly among Hispanic Chicagoans, even as rates for other racial groups continue to drop. Here to break all of this down and explain this trend is Dr. Andrew Crone from Howard Brown Health. Thank you so much for taking time out.
Yeah, I don't even break it down. I'm just saying that is wild, though, if that's a thing. I think they just be saying shit. And once they get to going against people, like a race of people or whatever, bro, they gonna put so much stuff out about you to make you look so bad.
I understand what
they've been doing it to us
foundational
forever.
Black American is. I know what it is.
They've been doing it to us for so long. I'm glad it's actually getting done to other people. So they go, well, you know why we ain't got to say nothing. We've been saying it for I don't know how long, and now it's happening to you. Now you want to make it seem like it's happening. It's like, no, this shit been happening. This shit ain't new.
I fit into that term. Mom and Daddy fit into that term. I'm not talking about the term. What I'm talking about is the behavior online and the way that y'all move in droves as if this shit is a gang. They want to make it about the lineage. It's like, no, we talking about your behavior and the divisive rhetoric of your behavior and the Republican right-wing-ishness of it.
I like those foundational guys. They're so good. Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, that's that. But that's what it is, bro. It's like us moving as a people, as the people that we are. Like, yeah, that'll be a big problem. That'll be a big ass problem. Like if we all had the understanding and we all was moving, and man, we already shaking up the world with just being. So just think when we all move on one accord, what it does. They don't want that to happen.
You know, I mean, I don't agree with everything, but like they've got a perspective. I'll listen to you.
Like, what do y'all be talking about, for one? And for two, how do you think this patriotism is gonna serve you? You think these niggas is thinking about reparations? You think that like reparations hasn't come up yet? If anything, they trying to find a way to legally get rid of your ass. They'll send your ass to Haiti. You think they're going to care about your passport? You think they're going to care about Social Security? They're not going to care about none of that because they have deported American citizens.
And then this whole idea like, oh, well, that don't apply to me. Like Black Americans and Black Haitians are different. Bro, they don't care where you're from. That's why it's called racially profiling. This is just stop and frisk all over again, but it's federalized and it's national.
I understand what the term foundational Black American is. I know what it is.
Imagine getting evicted in the city, drop a bomb on your house because you won't leave.
Like they don't put your stuff on the curb. They drop a bomb on your house. And before they do that, they flood your basement because you're hiding in the basement. They flood it, so they flood you out. Then when you go upstairs, they begin shooting into the windows to kill you. And then as you start to try and climb out the windows, they begin shooting you as you climb out the windows. Multiple families in this row of houses. This happened in Philly 40 years ago today. But back to it. They begin shooting you as you're trying to escape this burning house that they also set on fire, by the way. That they also set on fire. They come in.
They flooded the basement, set it on fire. They shooting.
They got these machine guns, but it's just not done yet. The house is on fire, and the firefighters are basically saying, "Let them burn. Don't put it out yet. Let them burn." You think that this group of black people was like a threat to the community? No, they're called MOVE. I really want you to watch the series that this video is in and learn about the MOVE movement. Now, okay, community members said that they stunk or they walked around with bullhorns and they were talking about their cause. Did this have to happen because you think they stink and you don't agree with their movement? Meanwhile, their movement is literally environmental rights and racial equality. And then get this. Before the city decides to mass kill these people, setting a block and a half of houses on fire, they told the white residents and neighbors, hey, you might want to leave the city or leave the area tomorrow because this is going to happen. Something's going to happen. We can't really tell you what, but something's going to happen tomorrow at noon. And to make it even worse, this was so planned that before they even gave the notice to the neighbors that they were going to do something to these people in this row of houses, they stopped collecting their garbage. They stopped their sewage. So now they can't flush toilets. They didn't have water. They didn't have lights. The city planned this to a T. It's called the MOVE movement. And I want you to watch the series that this video is attached to, please. And I want to say, in honor of the 40-year anniversary of this happening, I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart to the Africa family that has to live and know that this happened to their families. I don't like it here. I have a nonprofit dedicated to...
I might have to check that out.
America have already been bought and sold to either foreign corporations or foreign establishments or lobbyists who have foreign interests by way of free trade. So China have already positioned themselves to run America. How? They got a law that says you can't do anything to Asians. An Asian hate bill. You can't do nothing to people.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
I remember that when that shooter went around. What city was that?
I can't remember.
Atlanta.
But they got a bill
and they had shot those Asian
that
people.
protects them in America.
But black people ain't got no bill.
And don't know American have a bill in China. So we're doomed.
The Jews have a bill. The Asians have a bill.
Everybody have a bill.
And black Americans. Because we're the displaced people.
Yeah.
We don't
have a home.
We don't have a home. They can't. It's
So us in Haiti are going to be like the Jews and Palestinians. We're going to need a home to go. And our brothers in Haiti will let us come. There was years ago before they assassinated their president, he was offering black people the reparations to come over there and get the land. Well, black people in America don't realize that Haiti has the same resources and Jews and their land and ground that Africa was robbed of. They haven't been robbed of it.
So you don't feel like Africa is a choice?
They've been robbed of their land. Everybody went before China now got flags in Africa. France, Germany, America. Now China coming over and then gave them niggas everything they wanted, money to cut lights on. They down with China. That's why they in with the BRICS, that new coin they trying to get in. So we better not go over there. China run that. Why you think the African women now got blonde wigs like a white woman that China make? China been making movies to get ready to take over America. China been making a Chinese Rambo, using that Chinese Rambo, like we used to grow up watching Rambo movies. They're using that Chinese Rambo in Africa, and they got the Africans helping the white man, but the Chinese is killing the Africans to get to the white man.
What?
All major countries used things like that, whether it was cartoons, to propaganda. Hitler used it. They used it on us when we was kids. That's why we like G.I. Joe. That's why we wanted to grow up and join the military. Because we grew up during the Russian and America conflict era. So they're trying to prepare us for something. America is no longer preparing the young.
I wasn't the one that grew up that wanted to go to the military. I had G.I. Joe toys. Like, yeah. they was gonna expunge my record to go to the military. My parole officer, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
For what may come here, they want us to be caught by surprise because they're in on it. They got foreign land they can go to. They got foreign places they can fly out to. They got foreign banks, Swiss accounts. So they said the American people is not.
So you feel like America should get the f out now?
American people need to stop fighting each other and unite as Americans because they're already here, positioned. They're just waiting. They're already here. They've been coming since the 80s.
I mean,
Russia and China.
The Asians own all the black men.
Russia and China.
Ban?
But
it was an HIV travel ban. I'm tripping away. What? He said lifting the HIV travel ban in 2009, President Obama finalized rule originally initiated by Congress and President George W. Bush to remove HIV from its list of communicable diseases. What the hell? HIV travel ban.
They're not here for us. We're the subjects that funds what they're doing.
So you feel like America is going to get...
That's how my uncle is. Look, a white man can't tell me nothing.
Is eventually going to get attacked on their own soil.
The 60s and the 70s.
Russian already said that you can't not attack America from the outside. Has to come within. So they're going to create a civil war. Why do you think 8 years ago they were saying the Russians are meddling in our elections? Well, what Russia was doing, Russia was using the Black Lives Matter movement at the time, the sentiments of it, and the anger and the hate that it created. They was flooding us with so many videos of black people being mistreated in jail, black people being shot by police. We don't see that shit nowhere no more. You think it stopped? So that's what they mean. So they were using these social media platforms. It's propaganda. Everybody's doing that to America.
Man.
So biological chemical warfare.
I think that's true though, right there. Because they'll flood it, like especially when some truth come out, they'll flood it with so much nonsense. You know, it'll saturate the truth. It'll water it down to where you can't see it.
So hear this out.
I saw.
Let me finish. So China came and said, "Yeah, we making fentanyl." Matter of fact, let us show y'all this fentanyl factory we got, and we sending it to y'all, America. America said, okay.
No other country has fentanyl.
So hear me out. China showed us and said, we sent it to y'all. You know why? Because y'all buy 90% of the world's drugs, America. Y'all want to get high. America said, okay, China, we borrowing money from y'all. We know we ain't paying y'all back. Y'all need to get some of that money back. Just try not to send so much. But the key of Venezuela just riding some boats trying to get it over here. We're killing the Venezuelans, the little boat motherfuckers, the boat runners. Who just trying?
Yeah, it seems everybody else, they've been delineating. They've been separated from us. They always said that they wasn't us. They made sure to say and let you know that they was Jamaican, Haitian, African, or whatever, that they wasn't Black American. Like, you know, we're descendants of slaves. You know, they got so much to say about us, but if we say it back, I think the problem is because we've been so nice, like over the years. We always been nice to everybody. We've been letting everybody come in and even act like us and walk amongst us and say that they're one of us. To where when we say no, can't nobody do that no more. Yeah, motherfuckers get pissed off, go like, dang, I can't be you no more. I was like getting away with just being you on an everyday basis. Now you telling me I can't walk with you or walk like you no more? It's like
we blowing them up.
They was taking advantage of
They just trying to deliver some cocaine and weed.
And we turn us so they're in bed with that. Our government's in bed with that. Just like they was in bed when they went and brought crack to us. We forgot what our government have done to us. Intentionally, knowingly, and willingly.
And you ain't afraid of the government coming after you?
No.
Oh, yeah, you know, we know that. We know Charleston is Agent 009348871, and he will call the police ASAP right now if he feel like he's being threatened. First he'll pull a mace or something, and then he'll hit you with the mace, and then he'll get on and he'll tell the police fast. He's gonna do that fast. That's just.
I'm Brother Isaiah. Good afternoon, everybody. We have the African Services Committee, the Undocu Black Network, Black Alliance for Just Immigration, African Communities Together, Mayor Office of Immigrant Affairs, and we have the Office of New America.
This what FBA talk about. Hold on, let me start this all over, because this is what we talking about right here. What this brother about to say right here?
Brother Isaiah. Good afternoon, everybody. We have the African Services Committee, the Undocu Black Network, Black Alliance for Just Immigration, African Communities Together, Mayor Office of Immigrant Affairs, and we have the Office of New Americans.
Yeah.
One thing that all of these organizations have in common is they are specifically for immigrants, for undocumented, right? You see, Undocu Black Network. So they're not hiding what they're doing. We don't have any of these for foundational Black Americans for free.
At all. They not hiding nothing that they doing. You feel me? Hey, they is not for us. Most of these, they not for us.
And it's by design, right? I want to give some shout outs. Shout out to the U.S. Freedmen Project. Let's get them a black hand. We got to give the U.S. Freedmen Project a black hand. They've been holding it down for a long time, but definitely in all of these hearings, going up to Albany, going through that snow, Buffalo, getting their time wasted in these hearings. I don't know how y'all do it. This is my first in-person one, and it was hard to sit through, getting our time wasted. Shout out to the great ancestors, the immortal Nat Turner, Mama Harriet Tubman, right? I want to give a shout out to our champion for foundational Black Americans, Freedmen, ADOS, Heritage American, if you want to go by that, but you know, that's not that appropriate. But we're Heritage Americans too. Dr. Claude Anderson, that is our champion. He been fighting for long.
Yeah, he said they so weak. Instead of being undocumented, fight for your own country. Yeah, fight for your country. That is the these people were something else. Hey, but you know, it's almost like I told you. You catch a little kid with their hand in the cookie jar. You know, they start crying, they start whining. They know they caught, and then they'll still act like it wasn't, like you didn't see them. This is what they do. They act like we don't see them, like we ain't supposed to say nothing. That's why they get mad.
Longer than I've been alive. I'm a 90s baby.
And then
we gotta
we
give
get
them this
angry.
credit. Shout out to Queen of Four. Shout out to all the people coming out to the panels. Sister Chantel Williams. Shout out to the beautiful Camilla Moore Esquire. Shout out to her pulling up, coming all the way from Cali and all of that. Brother Carrier. Shout out Brother Earn. He not even in the state, but he's been on multiple hearings through Zoom and all of that. Shout out Bria Baker, 40 Acres in the Tesla. Shout out to Thorough Black Talk
40 Acres in the Tesla.
Shout out to the good sister Keisha and Brother Taz. Shout out Zyx. Shout out Afro Man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know about the level of slowness that it takes for somebody to still, after all these years, to define foundational Black Americans as a group, or rather organization. You could kind of call us a group or a lineage. And also, I don't know if anybody was defined us this way, but we are what you call an affected group. Okay, we're actually we're actually a legal designated group, even though we're not recognized fully yet in a legal sense, but we're working on that. We are what you call an affected group. Okay, we're a group that was affected by slavery, Jim Crow, black codes, the crime bill, the crack epidemic, which was not
crack epidemic
it was not something that just
craziest
happened,
thing.
right? It's something that was put upon our community. But I mean, in the natural sense, in the regular sense, you know, we can attach more recent things that happened to us. I mean, we all know that, right? Lynchings and all that stuff that was going on. But in a basic sense, you know, the slave era was affected us and that's what binds us together as a group. Not whether we came from Africa or not, or that has nothing to do with being foundational Black Americans. A lot of us reject that for one reason or another, whether or not we have African descent. You know, remember the tree of forgetfulness. I don't know. We forgot. We don't know nothing about Africa. We weren't African citizens or ancestors, right? The ones that were brought over here, that small amount that was brought over here, they weren't African citizens.
That's the part that I think why they hate that part. Okay, why do they hate that part? The fact that we go, nah, we're not African Americans. Well, like, why is that a big thing? Like, why does that hurt everybody so bad with that being said? Because I'll be seeing a lot of shit go, they trying to get rid of their African lineage. It's like it was gotten rid of. We don't have to do that. We can't, like, even the ones who have families that did come over on the slave ship or whatever, they can't trace where they came from. They can't trace that. A lot of them cannot trace what part of Africa. That shit been dead for a long time. Like, what's the problem with that? Like, generations back, I go 4-5 generations back, my people are here, right here already. They're here.
They walk around the tree of forgetfulness and then sent out through that, I don't want to mispronounce the name, but it's Maina Castle or whatever it's called, sent out, sold off to another country. We didn't have any tribe or anything. We became stateless. I did whole videos on being stateless. Anyway, in 2026 and beyond, nobody has any excuse not to know that foundational Black Americans are not an organization. Okay, ADOS is an organization, and you know, A stands for American. Also, you don't see people wrestling with ADOS trying to tell them that they're African. You know, even though I think they kind of embrace it a little bit. But anyway, it's not about whether we call it African. Just mention that. Okay, the reason that I'm reminding people that we are just a lineage, okay, and not a group is because, just to interject real quick so you don't get confused, when I said a lineage and not a group, I meant group as in an organization, because I am going to describe us as a group in this video. So just to be clear, you know, that was just me talking quickly. And I said the word group. But yeah, we are a group. We're not.
It's kind of weird because even the ones that don't know or don't feel like they are, that don't like the name, that don't mean that they're not. They are too. Which is crazy because they'll make it seem like we funking with our own kind. It's like, nah, we ain't doing that. Even if we don't see eye to eye, like, we still with each other.
And organized.
When it comes down to it, we still all together.
Not an organization. You know, we don't have membership and dues and all that structure, organizational structure.
But we're gonna go to the next video. His video like 14 minutes.
Do you think that you're dividing people with this FBA movement, though? You don't think you're doing that?
How?
Because it's like you basically like, or we're not going to mess with these type of people.
Didn't say
it's
that.
like y'all dividing people.
Didn't say that. I'm still cool with Jamaicans. I ain't got a problem with Jamaicans.
So what is this FBA thing all about?
It's the lineage. That's the thing. The thing is the lineage. That's what the thing is, right?
I heard it was a cult.
How's a cult and we're protected by the Constitution and you ain't? How's it a cult and the Constitution protects us?
How does the Constitution protect you?
We're birthright citizens of the 14th Amendment, and they just said that that law was specifically made for us, the descendants of freedmen, descendants of slaves, the foundational Black Americans. And your tether family is getting packed up out of here. It ain't for anchor babies. That's how.
So,
That's what.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Anchor babies, yeah. Y'all can't anchor babies over here no more.
That's so racist. Okay.
How is that racist?
That's so racist. Honey.
How is that racist?
Yeah, how's that racist? Like the anchor baby is crazy to be said, but you ain't dropping that anchor no more.
You calling us anchor babies?
Yeah, y'all can't anchor no more babies over here now. We different. There ain't no cult. Yeah, cults ain't protected by the Constitution. We're protected by the Constitution because our family fought for it. Maybe if y'all family fought for it in Jamaica, y'all would be good, right?
Okay. Okay.
All right, baby. That touched her soul. Yeah, that touched her soul. Yeah, sweetie, you can't, that truth was hurting her ass. Yeah, you can't redefine our lineage. Yeah, you can't read it. You don't have the clout to redefine our lineage. I'm on a cult. No. Our lineage is...
Boy, when your mouthpiece as good as that, they is not fucking with that boy, Ross. They is not messing with that man. Just leave him alone. Like, don't even say nothing because you make you sound kind of stupid to yourself.
By the Constitution.
You feel stupid.
That's why we ain't got to hide from ICE. We're different, dear. This is why these people are mad. They want us to think of ourselves as fellow immigrants, and we're not. And what they want us to do is fight for them. That's what all that divisive, no, it's not. I ain't got a problem with Jamaicans, but you're going to have to fight your own immigration battle. I'm not an immigrant. That's what that means, ladies and gentlemen. They want us to fight the battles for them because we've been doing that for all of these people. We've been fighting their damn battles for them.
We already fought it. Ain't no need to fight no more. And it's crazy because we fought it for ourselves and they took advantage of it.
Them for the longest. That's what we've been doing. Anytime a problem happens with a melanated person, we're the first ones jumping up. The first time in modern history, we ain't doing that.
For me, as a first generation
African American, modern history, it's over.
For me to fly the American flag.
Hey man, I hate when they be having the music. Why did I put that one in there if it had so much music on it?
Okay, so here y'all go again with this bullshit. I'll never understand Africans' desire to humble Black Americans who built the bridge for their asses to get the fuck over here. If I say I'm African, y'all say I don't know where the fucking Africa I'm from. But if I say I'm American, then y'all say I'm African.
Confused.
Me nor anybody African or from any continent knows a motherfucker from 1830, so it really doesn't fucking matter where my ancestors were in 1830. What I do know is 2 to 3 generations back, they were here in fucking America. We are Black Americans, and we made it possible for you motherfuckers to get over here, and that's all y'all need to fucking know.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. That's it, and that's all. There ain't nothing else need to be said. There's nothing else need to be said. That's it, and that's all. What can you say? Except Al Sharpton is a snitch. That nigga, the whole time, FBI informant. I didn't even get to finish talking on the video because that's just so barnacles to me. And I probably can call a couple of, you probably can go to a couple of your, well, no, I'm going to tell you. I'll be thinking, okay, we can go to a couple of our elders and bring up Al Sharpton, and they'll say how good of a person that he is. Nah, no, they don't. I take that back. They wasn't with him from the jump. Well, I know a lot of my elders, they didn't like Al Sharpton. It's probably why I don't like him. But it's weird because when you go to them and you tell them what's going on right now, they'll be like, oh, we've been knowing that. And it's like, how come y'all didn't tell us that he was a snitch a long time ago? Like y'all, You know, it's crazy how these people come and they fight for us using our name. They like they're fighting for us and they really be against us. That's the scary part because there's so many people against us that it don't matter where you go. We get it from every angle. We get it from every angle. But I think the dope thing is that we so used to it that we expect it. Like we expect this from y'all. This is what the Africans, the Hispanics, the immigrants, this is what they don't understand. We expected this. We already knew what it was. We already knew this, but we thought we could, we wanted to believe. We wanted to believe that a lot of you were on our side when we knew that we've been knowing you wasn't. We just wanted to believe. We thought it would change. But it's like when this happens, bam, y'all just start showing y'all true colors. This is how y'all been feeling. Now, I ain't mad at you. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not mad at you. If you hate us, you don't like us, you think we doing this wrong, you want to talk about, I do not care. Like you've been doing it behind our backs anyway. I'm just glad you're doing it in the open. Because now, when I turn to my people and I go, they've been talking about us, they don't go, no, man, because they cool and woo. I can show them, no, look, this is what this how they really feel. So I'll be glad when y'all do that. Come on, like, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep showing your true colors. And don't get mad, though, when one of us come and we be talking shit back to you. Thanks for subscribing, boss. When we start coming at y'all, don't get mad. Don't get angry. Don't feel some type of way. Because I'm going to tell you, we just talk better. It don't matter whether we intelligent or we up here or we down here in the way we speak. We can talk like a motherfucker and we good at talking shit. That's the one thing we are good at. We good at talking shit. So it's like, keep on talking. Keep talking. And then when people come back at you, don't get mad. Don't get mad, So I'm like going, yeah, I'm good. It's almost like the swimming pool, right? Like you got that swimming pool at the house where you put that shit in the water to where, people want to come swim in your swimming pool. Then they swim in your swimming pool and they piss in your water and your water to show that color. And you like, hey, man, why are you pissing in my pool? Like it's a bathroom right there. Like this is what they be doing though. They'll come and they'll just, piss in your shit and then like keep it moving. But we always been nice, bro. That's the part that messes me up is the fact that like we as black people, bro, we been nice and we took in everybody. We took in, there was not a people out there that we didn't show love to and we didn't take in and we didn't treat them like they was us or one of us. We like, it didn't even matter if they was white, Mexican, African, Jamaican, Haitian. It didn't matter what race they was. Indian. Oh, we take them in. They become a part of us. We make them one of us. And, we treat them like with love. And then it's like, now I'm seeing all this and I'm going, golly, like I already knew, but I didn't want to walk around saying it really. It's like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to walk around saying it. Because it's like once you start saying it, that's when, it becomes uncomfortable for people because they know it's some bullshit. They know, like, that shit is wild, bro. But damn, Al Sharpton, a fucking federal agent? Man, who the hell? And this nigga still on stage talking like what the fuck, man? What is up with us, man? Like, what the hell? That notification should have been sent to every black person on the planet. It didn't matter where we tried. That notification should have hit everybody. It should have hit everybody. Like, now, though, we're starting like, hey, we know, don't nobody speak for us. Okay, no, and the ones that you see that do speak for us, when they step in and they speak for us, motherfuckers be mad as hell. They be mad as hell. You heard Al Sharp. That nigga said, boy, they be informants. It's like, how an informant gonna call somebody else an informant? That's, like, I don't get it. You an informant. So what do that mean? What does that mean when an FBI informant call somebody else an informant. See, he already got the information. He already informed. He's informative. You feel me? Like, what the fuck, bro? You cannot make this shit up. All I'm saying, we ain't got no allies, bro. All we got is us. And that's okay. It's been like that for a long time. All we got. And they not like us. They won't be like us. And then it's crazy, right? Because when you even say it, they not like us. Not like they not like us. No, it's like you saying it like an immigrant. They not like us. They don't like us. It's basically, they not like us. They don't like us because they not like us. Like, if you get what I'm saying. And, like, it's okay. It's all right. Bro, it's all right, man. I got the memo, but I thank y'all for watching. I'll be back in a little bit. Hit that like button. You know, I have to put my internet thing all the way up on the wall so it can even reach over here and get good. So